I am sick as fuck. I am sick as shit.
Fine, as I can.
What about your school results in this trimester?
I mean, good. This is the part when we are like trying, no, not trying, but this is the part where we are going to final, the finals and all the things. And in in my school happens, and this month or the next, we do the final presentation of dance. We do like, no sé cómo decirlo, tipo función in a theater. So we are kind of
A show, a show.
yes. Well, we do a show, so it's kind of overwhelming because we are with everything closing up all the con todo básicamente we are closing everything, so it's stressing, but well, life.
Exactly. Particularly at the end of the year, like you're saying, it's like the closure of all the activities, and well, in particular the ones you are more into, that end up being more demanding because you want to get the results you want to get, and well, you put the extra effort. Hello, everybody. Welcome to class. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Guido. Hi, Agus, Tiago, Jessica, Elian, and Matt. Welcome to the lesson.
Hi, teacher.
Hi. Hi. As a reminder, please keep your cameras on to the lesson. Hi.
Sorry, the computer that I use with camera, it's out of charge, so I'm using the because I have like a PC and a laptop that is from my father, and he didn't charge it, so I can.
Okay, thank you for telling me why. Hi,
Teacher.
Ismael. Welcome to class. What, Guido?
I can set on the camera because I use the cell phone for the camera, and I come for the school, so I don't have battery in the cell phone and it's charged.
Thanks for letting me know.
But usually I turn on the camera.
Yes, I know. I usually see it on. Well, we're here in our English session. I hope you haven't been so much overwhelmed by all the material I gave you last class. That was certainly a lot. And I'm gonna wait for some seconds for everyone to join us, more people to join us, and make a comment on all the material so you don't die before the year finishes. Hi, Uli. Hi, Kami. Hi, Danilo. Welcome to class. I'm going to just wait for some more seconds for more people to join in. Well, thank you for your participation, for your attention, for your focus. Thank you for your presence. I say thank you because I want to value your effort. I know that you do this for your own benefit because I don't have to thank you for being here, but what I'm trying to do as a teacher and a trainer in this particular skill of oral ability and giving presentations and facing an audience, and I'm trying to give you a set of tools so you can use them all through your lives and all through the subjects and the presentations that you may want to give out in your life in general, even when talking to your friends. I mean, clarity, focus, I don't know, tools that help us all through life. And that's why I want to make a comment on, because I was thinking when planning for the lesson that I am giving you a lot of theory, and I don't want you to be discouraged by the fact that you cannot deal with all the theoretical aspects, or maybe you cannot complete all the little pieces of homework, and I don't want you to get discouraged. The demand that the training offers is thought so as to, like I said, offer a set of tools that you can take and keep and use all through your lives. If you cannot get the 100% of the benefit now because you are covered with other responsibilities in parallel, don't worry. Our ultimate objective is to create a script that then about the topic you've selected, and then give out the speech using your best oral abilities. This is our ultimate goal. What does that mean? It means that all the things I give you in the process of the training help you to construct that skill, ultimate goal of giving the speech in the best way possible. But it doesn't mean that if you don't do something, you will not be able to get the certificate. The point that you're present, like I said, that you show some stability and continuity makes me want to take you to the very end of the process and train you until the very last minute of the lesson. But what I'm trying to say is sometimes we can individually offer our 80% of battery because we need the other 20 for other things, or our or maybe 60%, or our 60 is enough from 60 on. Yes. So you can get a 10 out of your speech and your speaking process. You can get a 9, you can get an 8, you can get a 7. It depends on how much energy and time you've got to devote to it. As long as you're present, I value that. And I encourage you to continue.
Hello, teacher. How are you?
I'm good, Martin. And you, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Happy here. Hi, Lucas. Hi. Who else? I'm seeing for the first time. Well, Danny, I saw you before, but without the camera. Now I see you with the camera on. Thank you for keeping it on. Well, so like the other lesson, I gave you a lot of things to cover and complete in your own personal roadmap planner. And the idea is to today continue working on that. Each of you on your own material. Yes, I'm not gonna show a speech. We're not gonna do something all together as a whole class. But today's work will be purely you entering your material and me entering and supervising each of your contributions in that material. And then pretty soon in time, the idea is to begin writing your script. Yes, with all the things we've been collecting. So let me share the screen, for example, just to show you where we are, and then each of you will start working on your thing. Today is the 3rd of October.
Teacher, yes. It's October. It's the month of mother.
Okay.
It is, indeed. Well, I do have a plan for today's lesson. I'm going to just move this plan to the future.
Teacher, I have the question.
Tell me, honey.
Igual nada que ver. Pero bueno. And yes. And do you know the Italian singer Rafaela Carrà?
Yes, I do.
Fiesta, the song Fiesta, desde esta noche cambiará mi vida, esa, desde esta noche.
Yes, I do. Why do you ask?
Yes, I like it, this song. I like it, this song.
Okay.
What I gave you the other day, that is this. If you go to the people who were absent the previous lesson, I created a document for each of you that is called Your Name and Roadmap. And for me to show you how it works, I can open, I don't know, anybody who feels like sharing what you have so far with the rest right now, so I can open your document as a sort of example. Anybody who has advanced a little bit on their roadmap, just a little bit, just let me know and I open that document. The other day I was reading maths, I was reading Elian's, I was reading some of your work. Anybody? Cool. You tell me and I open it. I want to just share it for a second.
You can see mine, teacher.
Okay. Thank you, honey. So for, like I said, the students who were absent the other day, we were saying that your roadmap is like literally a map for you to follow, for you to start to plan your speech. And when we plan for what we're gonna say, we first have to write it. And well, the concept of remembering that you will be in your speech leading your audience through a sort of journey, like a trip, an adventure, and you will be channeling your inner tour guide. It's like you are a tour guide guiding your audience onto following you along the different stops you want to make in your speech. So we use these stops to identify the content that you would be including in your roadmap. And the idea in this document is to help you think of what you think you might include, you could. Then you have to filter your ideas. But it's like the first time you organize some parts of your speech in this document. And well, here we have like a description of some steps to take, steps 1 and 2, and some questions to bear in mind. Remember, in your script, you need a challenge, maybe a problem or something, an issue you want to address. And so this helps the audience know why they should listen if you have something to solve. So you begin your speech saying that there is something you want to tackle, a certain issue, problem, situation, and then you're going to be offering a solution to that problem. Is your idea. You're going to be offering a gift to your audience, a present. What that is the information you will reveal, the visuals you will show, the statistics you will share, the conclusions you will reach. Why is the idea important now? Now, in the sense of in the current times we are living, why do you think you want to share that information? Well, to guide your audience through this journey, you have to remember that you need to ask questions. And so here, the question that you are asking these documents is, what's the question that will entice the attention, that will awaken the attention of the audience? What's the question you can ask to make your audience curious? Knowledge gaps. What words or concepts they might not know, and you will be filling in those gaps, those void spaces in blank with information that you will provide. And that information that you will provide them with has to be applicable to their lives. You not only speak about theory, but you speak about theory with an action plan, with a solution, with something your audience will say, oh, what if I apply this to my life? It will make a change onto a way of thinking, a way of acting, a way of dealing with reality. Well, then when you support your idea, basically you can use analogies and metaphors to share a message. Remember, a metaphor or an analogy can be more graphic for an audience. Your idea has to have an impact, yes. A demo, is there something you want to show your audience? A demonstration of something, a test you carried out, an image or a video that can help the audience understand.
Se me caen los mocos.
Seconds, a short video clip. Well, to appeal to your audience, logic and emotion, not just the emotion, but the logical aspect and the cognitive skills. Remember that you have to have credibility. That's why the research matters. You're supporting evidence, statistics, and what experts say. It's not just what you want to say about it. You need to speak for yourself, but also you need to refer to the voice of authority, which is credibility, experts, what has been said about that topic that you have done research on, and you need to support with evidence your point. Statistics, quotes, remember inspirational phrases, historical events, findings, hallazgos, to win your audience. And to get your audience attention, win them, win their hearts, their logics. And, well, last but not least, a storytelling experience in which we know that we learn best through stories. If I come here and tell you, you know what happened to me one day, I was walking around my neighborhood and I came across somebody and that person made me see that, and I tell you a story, and then the story reveals the information of my speech, and then my conclusions and my statistics and my quotations, and I support my info with facts, but I share it in the form of a story. Like, and you know what happened then? And you know what if we, like guiding the audience onto the experience of a story. Why? For the establishment of connection. Connect with your audience. And all the points that are referred to here in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to through 10 are better explained later on in the document with the challenge, the idea addresses, and like a short explanation, some examples in the speeches we've already seen. I showed you a lot of TED Talks, and then write your own. So here we have got Elian's idea of an example of a challenge that is a good idea, is a response to something that is difficult, an issue, a challenge. And before we get to the solution that your idea provides, we want your audience to understand the challenge or problem clearly in order to persuade your audience. Elian wrote, remind us of the topic of your speech. Elian, I know that the audience, the rest of the audience may not be that aware. So what would be, if you had to give a title off the top of your head spontaneously now, a title to your speech, what would it be now? Then you will change it. What would be the title?
It will be
This is a hypothetical.
yeah, the psychological impact from course to people. Will be of the course. Yeah.
That?
In a short
Musical
way.
chords.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, chords. The psychological impact of musical chords in people. Okay. This is the first attempt. More than a hypothetical, we can say first attempt. Everyone should be thinking of now, like a spontaneous title that comes up, if you think about it for a second, in your own speeches. Then you will change that, or not, but at least give it a title to begin with. So, psychological impact of musical chords in people. Go ahead, read what you wrote. This is the challenge.
Well, I wrote how chords affect people is often underestimated by many guitarists who may not fully grasp how specific harmonies and chord progressions shape emotional responses. They think it's not so important.
So, psychological or emotional?
Could be both, yeah.
I wonder. This is what happens to me as your audience so far, that is always trying to be narrowing down the scope of what we want to say with the core element. Emotional is also psychological, but if you will be dealing with the word emotions, you may want to title it emotional, if you know what I mean. But emotional is also, of course, psychological. I'm gonna ask it, actually, write it down in the form of a question. Emotional, what do you think? So you give it a thought. And also you keep it as a question. You don't have to answer all the questions if this applies to all of you. Think of a title, first attempt. Maybe that's not the definite one, and maybe you don't have all the answers now. You don't have the answer of what a good title would be, but you write something, and then you raise some questions that will be answered later on. You need to be able to handle the certain level of uncertainty when you are creating something. If it is a school project, or in this case, the creation
I was thinking
of
and I was on my private things. So hi.
Hi, welcome to class. Thank you for joining us.
There's a new update on the alpha server for
So,
Hypixel
like I was
Skyblock.
saying, the creation of a speech requires a level of uncertainty. You're not gonna get all the answers. You have to find them. Find them on the way.
Take a look into it. The implications are pretty big.
Finding your own answers to your own questions.
Instead of each
So,
item
well,
providing
you're
the same
posing
progress,
something
items
that is
now
how
grant
this course
different
affects
amounts
people
of
is
Skyblock
underestimated
based
by
on
many
the
guitarists.
difficulty.
And these guitarists may fully grasp
Now, what this
how
means is
specific
that
harmonies and
donating
chord
something like a
progressions
high
can
period
shape
to a museum
emotional
is going to have a lot more value in
responses,
terms
but
of
they
rewards
underestimate
than, well,
them
an
because
aspects
they
of the
think
void. An
it's
aspects
not
of the
so
void is
important.
a fraction
But
of
it
the cost
is.
of the Hyperion, and
Now
is
when
also considerably easier to
Elian
get.
continues,
In theory,
moves
it
towards
does
the
make
solution
sense.
to the
Museum
problem
progression is now
that
based on the
he's
Skywalk
posing.
XP obtained from each
And
item
what did
and
you write,
viewable in the
Elian?
I
new
write this,
museum milestone
knowing
system.
the psychological
Museum
or
milestones
emotional
include
effects
many new
could be
rewards
of
ranging from
different
items to
corporations,
bank
we can
interest and bits boosts. Along with the fame
make them
perk, we
understand
also added
that they
extra
can
fame
use that to
ranks.
their advantage,
Note, some of
both
your
for
museum
guitarists who
items
compose
in the
songs and for
special
people
items
who love
category
music to
have
use
had their
them as
categories changed.
Right,
As such, they
psychological,
have been
fear
removed
slash
from your museum
emotional.
and will be in your jail deliveries. Because the alpha is to
And
bounce
here I
the
will put a
update,
comma, but now I
and
say
for
it
this
like,
we
knowing
need
this,
your input. Let us know if you
we can, by knowing, I will, a través de conocer tal cosa, entonces podemos tal otra, ¿no? Le agrego, lo tuneo un poquito. By knowing this, we can understand that. All right, and the solution, like the solution he's giving is understanding something that can lead us to using it as a sort of therapy, or in the case of the guitarists who compose songs, it can help them get to a different level of connection, maybe, and not just technical but emotional as well. A question that intrigues your audience. Did you write anything? You haven't yet. So you can ask a question, pose a question like, have you ever thought about, like, I don't know, have you ever thought about the effect the music you tend to listen to has on you and your mental well-being? I'm just coming up with a question. Bienestar, well-being. ¿Alguna vez te preguntaste el efecto que la música que vos tendés a escuchar tiene en vos y en tu estado de bienestar general, mental, emocional? Y ahí vos, if you raise this question, you are making your audience get involved. Like, a ver, me lo pregunté. Todo el mundo, when they listen to you, will be like, yes, I have, no, I haven't. Oh, how interesting. Interesting question. And then you come with mental, emotional, of course. And then you come up with the answer, or not directly the answer, because that would be the end of your script, but you start working with tackling the research to support your evidence and guide your audience towards your different stops to prove your point with argument, with demos, with quotes to reach your conclusions. This is, of course, this is just a suggestion. It's not, I don't even know if it is on topic fully, but I'm asking just an example of a question. This is a model question, but you have to check, Elian, if it is within the thematic aspect fully, or if you want to ask this question or not, or if you want to ask another question. Did you know
sick as fuck
that there you can directly ask a question that then will be answered through the research? So you say, did you know that 70% of the population have interest and they have never integrated the emotional world into their knowledge? Do you know why that is? I don't know. You ask a question, you ask another question, and then you give an answer. You give it because you are in command, in authority of the information that you will have prepared for your speech. So, and maybe, or has it ever occurred to you that blah blah blah? I'm asking some questions. Have you ever thought about some set patterns for everybody, every single student use? Did you know that? And has it ever occurred to you that these are set phrases that you can use regardless of the topic in the middle of your speeches? Rhetorical questions to then give answers. Well, you have to continue now. You have the gaps, the audience gaps, and the questions as well, Elian. And you, like for everybody, after you give the problem, and then you establish the sort of solution, and then you advance to the questions, you can think of the answers to the questions through the knowledge gaps, which is where you can put in some information, some technical data, and then the analogies, and then more research, and then an action plan, etc. the parts 1, 2, 3, the 1 to 10 numbers, it's not like you have to follow that order in your speech. You can, or you may not, but they are parts of your speech that then you can put in the order you want. They are pieces of your puzzle that you will put together. Well, this is just an example of what you all have to do. Maybe I can show one more Matt's example. He wrote, Matt, can you tell us your first attempt of a title? Can you hear me, Matt?
I can hear you, but I'm
Matt told me
really
something about
laggy.
his connectivity.
I don't know if you can hear me or
he's having some issues.
like at all.
Yeah, you can.
My camera is really delayed
You
though.
can remove the video for better. Remove the video,
Okay.
please, for
Okay.
the purpose of better connectivity. Let's see if we can hear you correctly. Go ahead. Title
So the first thing,
of your speech.
yeah, to be honest, I basically like did the first one
Take it
in
easy.
the
Don't worry
class.
if you don't have it. Think about it.
You're talking about the roadmap, the first point, right?
I'm talking about the title of your speech. If you had to give it a title for the full speech, what the title would be. Now, then you will change it. Como de toda la producción, ¿eh? Como que, ay, ¿cómo la podrías titular eso, no? Como, a ver, first attempt, then it may change. So that the audience knows what you're talking about, that's why.
I mean, now that I'm rereading this, I
What is
actually
the
noticed
topic?
that I actually really like messed up on what I was meant to do. But okay, the title should be something like
No, you didn't. You didn't mess up. You are posing a challenge, and then you will give a solution. So basically, what I want you to say is that you're talking about diabetes. Yes.
Okay.
Everybody, this is the topic, but he still doesn't know what the title will be. It could be how diabetes understanding can help us all. How getting to know about this can offer solutions. I don't know why knowing about diabetes matters. It could be just
Yeah.
anything, but later on you can think about it. I can help you too. Now, everybody, for titles, you can ask something like why, blah, 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 how, blah, 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 or why not, blah, 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 or the importance of how whatever changed my life. No sé, qué sé yo. La idea del título es que como que llame la atención del...
yeah, yeah.
¿Por qué es importante desmitificar tal cosa? ¿Por qué no guiarnos por ciertos tabúes de tal temática? Pensalo después. But I can also help you. Now, let's see what challenges. Go ahead, read it aloud.
Yeah, so the challenge, this one I did. In the today life of someone with diabetes, where you meet new people left and right, it's often annoying and how unbearable the consistent asking of what's there in your arm or what are you injecting. So that's what I'm here for, to clear up stuff and misconceptions about about what is recognized as an illness, but I should see as a friend. A really annoying friend, which I sometimes want to smack, yet I live alongside with. Uh, so
I have your title. I have your title because you're talking about a friend and an annoying friend. So maybe you can play with that.
Yeah, I was thinking about
diabetes. Okay. I'm just suggesting something and then you can change it. You can also write your own ideas, of course. A friend. I don't know. I'm just creativity can be used in all sorts of ways. I don't know how to come to terms with diabetes, como estar en buenos términos, ¿no? Mil cosas. ¿Es tu amigo o tu enemigo? Your number one friend, not your enemy. Diabetes, not your enemy. no sé, como un mensaje así bien como concreto, cortito, ¿no? I'm, I'm something like to be, I'm not your enemy. And this triggers some curiosity. What does he mean? I'm not your enemy. And then when you begin in the very first part, you talk about this, like it's an illness, but I just see it as a friend, an annoying one, which sometimes I'm honest, yet I live alongside with. So you are talking to friend, and so you know I'm not your enemy, and this is something that diabetes is saying in a sort of personification, but nobody knows until you tackle it. Ideas. How knowing the basics of diabetes may save someone's life. Interesting. Clap, clap. Well, I like that. Like the process of creation, like I said, is a process of brainstorming and then filtering your ideas. So you first brainstorm crazy ideas, this, and then you read them all and you say, I love this one, I don't like this one. Filtering. Well, I'm showing this on the topic of math and previously on the topic of Elian for you all to use as a frame of reference. So it opens your mind and you know what you have to do. Sometimes it's not that easy to allow space for uncertainty and creativity. We are not accustomed to be creative because it takes time, energy, and a certain level of anxiety because we don't have all the answers. We need to hold it. Okay, what is the solution to the problem according to Matt? You didn't progress with the rest, but well, to continue. And anybody else who's completed at least one of the parts of the roadmap that I can use to share? Agustin, have you done
I'm
it?
gonna tell you something.
Yes, I done it, but I skip some of them because
That's why I said before, Facu, I heard you, but as I asked Agus, give me a moment that he would finish. I finish with Agus, and then you tell me something. Agus, I was saying before, and this is a very good example, that maybe you don't have an answer to each of all the boxes. You try, but you don't come up with something, and you don't want to force it. So take it easy, and at least complete some, follow your intuition, use this as a support for your script later on. Yes.
I was waiting to start with the developing of the speech, so maybe I come up with some ideas.
Exactly.
Then I can complete it.
That. Good. That's a good idea. So here, as Agu is giving me the reminder to let you know that you can begin with your script, the script writing in the same document below everything. You will devote to the script writing, and this is called first draft. Es el primer bosquejo. Y es como esto. Usamos la técnica que se llama stream of consciousness. ¿La conocen? ¿Alguien tiene idea de qué estoy hablando cuando digo stream of consciousness? Para escribir, for the script writing.
What was it?
The stream of consciousness is...
Isn't it...
Tell me, whoever is...
Isn't it like write the first things that comes to mind?
Yes. Comes to mind. Porque, a ver, un proceso creativo es eso, justamente después de que yo sketché tanto, tan sistemáticamente, lo digo en español porque a veces es como sirve para bajar un poco más la línea. Después de haber atravesado todo mi roadmap planner, intentar resolver cada aspecto que me propone, primero leyendo, porque a veces uno dice, ay, no quiero ni leer, no sé qué poner. Bueno, lee primero, porque lo que leas ahí en ese punto te va a ayudar a generar una idea de tu tema. Pero si no lo lees, y sí, no vas a poder poner nada, pues no tenés idea de qué tienes que poner. Entonces lee con atención, trata de como digerir la información que propone cada punto y stream of consciousness. ¿Qué te viene a la mente de tu tema sobre eso? Si no te viene nada, pasas al siguiente. Cuando llegaste al final, ya vas a haber creado varios boxes con data. Y ahí sí, te preparas, te dispones a escribir tu primer draft pero esta técnica que usamos de stream of consciousness es bien desordenada, porque esto que vos escribas, como es el bosquejo de lo que primero te viene a la mente que le dirías a tu audiencia, te tenés que imaginar, you have the audience right in front of you. What would you say? How do you start? This is your moment. Do it. Y empezás. Well, hi, everybody. Y todo, ¿viste? Como pones todo. Hi, te imaginas que está la gente ahí, ¿no? Y estás vos tipo, no sé qué, no sé cuánto, qué, ta. Esto es lo que vas a hacer con tu first draft.
Where do we have to like
Stream of
share
consciousness, que es una técnica que se usa en una sesión de terapia para hablar de lo que a vos te está pasando en tu vida, ¿no? Que no pensés, ya voy a contarte, hoy me peleé con mi mamá. No. Hablas, hay un flow. Y es un poco, esta técnica alude a ir del caos de las ideas, the chaos of ideas in our minds. They are all there. It's chaotic because they are disorganized. And from there, then we can reread. Then we can reread what you wrote from that chaos, and it's only then that in the second draft you organize the bits and pieces, the pieces of data. But you cannot start from the beginning in a very well organized manner. You can, but at a certain moment you will enter chaos. Allow it. Chaos gives room to creation. It's like that. So, well, the script writing, I give you the signal today. You can begin. And in parallel, in the next lessons, we will continue to deal with some theory that will help you refine your script. But you can begin with the first draft, and no, quería decirles otra palabra. Ay, se me olvidó. Ay, porque la tuve un segundo. La perdí. No, que esto, quería decir que era raw material, como la comida raw, que es en crudo, así lo que te viene a la mente, en crudo, como medio, sí, lo que viene. Después lo tenés que refinar, obvio, más vale. So it's your first draft, ¿sí? Bueno, se van a convertir en creadores de your own TED Talks. So what to do now? We have 2 minutes in this session. Before the session finishes, I want to listen to you a little bit. I want to ask you some questions. How are you doing with your own road map planning? If you can share your moments, where you are, how do you feel about it? Does it make you anxious? How do you feel about it? Paco?
I gotta tell you something. With one of my psychologists, I prepared it in Spanish, but I will translate it in English, my own words for the speech that are serious that happens to me when it happens to me.
Wow, that's a lot. That is what happens in the process of the creation of the TED Talk, that we start creating even in Spanish, which is okay. It's all right. You want to do it that way. Please, everybody, don't, like the translation, don't take it like copy and paste. Translate it yourselves. Then you can use translators for some reference of some words. Bueno, nada, como quiero saber así, if you want to share some of your feelings in this moment of the process, you can. You have a minute before the session finishes. Nothing. Abril, I haven't seen you for a while.
Yes.
Martin?
What's up?
No, I was saying, Abril, I haven't seen you for a while. I see Abril right now. How are you?
Hi. Yes, I wanted to speak with you.
Yes.
I mean, I imagine that the best time was gonna be when the class was over. Like,
Yes.
I wanted to explain to you after.
Definitely. Nicely put. Yes. It's a deal. Yes. It's
Okay.
like a deal of getting together in the last minutes of the lesson. Well, okay. All right. The session will finish.
Lol. ¡Ay, wifi de mierda! td.com de app.
Hi again. Welcome back. Como que yo los invito a que se reestresen por la charla TED. Quiero que les sirva, pero tampoco que se vuelvan locos, tipo, no. Que no le tengan miedo al material, ¿sí? Porque parece un montón. Hoy vine con esa impronta, como aclararles que el material que les... Ay, perdón, empecé a hablar y no estaban todos. Quiero
Hello
aclararles
back.
hola, quiero
Hello,
aclararles
bye.
a todos en español,
Hola.
en un friendly language, no, en inglés también, pero como dejar bien claro que el material de TED es todo tipo para tu vida, te sirve, te ayuda, te organiza, cómo pensar más científicamente, cómo organizar. Me parece valiosísimo el material y siempre es como un regalo para los alumnos. Pero entendiendo que este taller tampoco, o sea, el nivel de exigencia lo va manejando un poco cada uno. eh, Cuanto más te exijas y más completes las tareas, mejor preparado vas a estar para crear tu charla TED, pero como la certificación de este taller es que vos realmente, más allá de las pequeñas tareas que son importantes, que vos realmente muestres consistencia y que llegues a escribir y a entregar, regalar, dar tu charla TED, ¿no? Ese es el objetivo final y estamos trabajando para eso, no perderlo de vista, ¿sí? Entre las tareitas de cada clase que yo voy dando, esto para construir más que nada una mentalidad de trabajo. ¿Sí? No sé si lo logran apreciar. Por ahí a eso apuntan mis preguntas de cómo se sienten con el material, como qué les va pareciendo, cómo lo vienen viendo. Em, Me interesa saber eso. Si lo pueden compartir en español, mejor. Se sienten respecto del material.
Teacher, I have a question. How I can say atre como atreverse en inglés? Porque
To pluck
estoy
up,
haciendo. ¿Cómo?
pluck up courage,
Black
tomar
up.
coraje.
Ok, ok,
Sí,
ok.
pluck up courage. Pluck, 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 space up. Es un phrasal, no es una frase hecha. Pluck, espacio, up. Pluck up, coraje. Courage, Courage. Pluck up courage. Tomar coraje, tomar fuerza, envalentonarse. También se puede decir to be brave, to do something, no sé, tener la valentía, pero de muchas maneras, cuando preguntan cómo puedo decir, siempre un teacher les va a dar una forma, pero normalmente hay varias formas de decir todo, en español también, ¿no? Por eso existe el parafraseo y existe nuestra capacidad de sofisticar nuestro language en la medida que puedo tener más recursos de aludir a frases sinónimas, voy a notar que mi vocabulario es más vasto y que tengo más recursos en la oratoria, porque no digo siempre lo mismo y no repito siempre lo mismo, sino que me expando. Es otro objetivo de crear las charlas TED, que nuestro vocabulario se tunee un poquito, ¿no? Mejore, tenga mejores propiedades. Bueno, ¿qué les parece el entrenamiento? Cuéntenme en español. Estoy haciendo un stop. Yo les di mi feedback en las rúbricas, pero este es un momento para mí de que ustedes me den su feedback. ¿Qué sienten? ¿Qué les pasa? Con el material, con el proceso de este charlitas TED. Ay, no se animan a hablar en español, me
¿Puedo
muero.
decir algo?
Ay, sí, me encanta que están todos tipos me responden en inglés, pero porque no se animan por ahí. Hablen en español, es momento de reflexión. 5 o 10 minutos.
A mí me da igual.
Arre.
¿Qué iba a decir? O sea, yo iba re bien con el material. Digo, bueno, lo completo todo, no tengo problema. Pero después de que, tipo, no sé, me diste la devolución de que quizás. O sea, yo siento que voy más atrás que todos. Y que mi idea quizás no es tan buena y que la tengo que repensar todo. Entonces, como que me estoy matando. Entonces, tengo como mis propios drives donde estoy reforzando la idea, donde se me ocurren cosas, viendo videos, tengo otras cosas. Entonces, más este material que hay que hacer como el roadmap.
Sí.
Siento que es todo un montón y como que me estoy tirando abajo porque siento que es todo un montón. Hago todo mal. Mi idea no es
No,
buena.
no, nada que ver.
Es malo esto.
Mira, es que, bueno, me encanta porque, perdón que diga, me encanta. Ay, quiero buscar un libro que no sé si lo tengo por acá, de Julia Cameron. Ay, ¿dónde está? Es tremendo, alto libro. ¿Dónde está? Esperen, marquen un toque porque quiero que lo denme un zoom.
Ay, no tengo fucking Quickshare, amigo. Tengo Quickshare, concha de lora. Quickshare, sí, tengo Quickshare.
Miren esto, chicos, por Dios te los pido. Este libro, El camino del artista, de Julia Cameron. Bueno, arre que me decís que tienen de todo un montón de información y yo te agrego un libro. No, lo que voy es, no sé si se lo van a comprar alguna vez en su vida o no, pero a lo que voy es que este libro habla, está en español incluso, pero bueno, ella es inglesa. No sé si es inglesa o norteamericana, Julia Cameron, ahora me confundo. Julia, ¿dónde sos? ¿Dónde sos, Julia? Bueno, el libro es zarpado. Habla de que para crear algo hay que saber atravesar la frustración y sobre todo esta sensación y que el autoestima de la persona cuando está creando algo, atención, una charla, en este caso es muy personal la charla TED porque es como que uno pone de manifiesto your passions, your interests, making it creative, making it attractive, y es como un montón de aparente pressure, se puede sentir como pressure, pero que a la vez ella explica está bien porque es lo que va a pasar cuando estás creando algo, que te aparecen todas tus voces propias a decirte, a declinarte, no, estás en el mal camino, no, tú ya no sé qué, te compararte, aparecen todos los, en realidad, los mapas mentales que uno tiene de relacionarse con la vida. ¿En qué momentos vos te comparás y te empobreces? ¿En qué momentos vos sentís que lo que estás haciendo no es suficientemente bueno? ¿En qué momento te tiras abajo? Y cómo a través de la creación de tu charla te puedes ir empoderando. Es re profundo lo que dice. El camino del artista es un método para superar los obstáculos que nos separan de nuestro ser creativo. Lo que propone es que todos somos creativos. Te dice 12 semanas para alcanzar la libertad creativa. Ojo que no es un libro de autoayuda. Es como algo re profundo, un método esquemático de cómo realmente
No la
explorar
soporto.
y despertar la creatividad y es muy powerful porque habla, te conecta con tu trauma de niño, un montón de cosas rezapas. Lo recomiendo 100, pero a lo que voy es, no es de hoy para mañana creé mi charla y estoy feliz con ella. Vas a atravesar uncertainty. ¿Qué es la incertidumbre? Lo que pasa en el país. La incertidumbre es angustia en un punto. Es como tipo, y es este apabullamiento de mucha información. Pero por eso propongo que empieces, Lucas, a escribir tu charla. Si estás en esa, como, ves a escribir, la bajas al papel y como, bajás como pones la ansiedad ahí en un punto de ordenás todo lo que tenés hasta ahora y la empezás a escribir, a ver qué va pasando con lo que escribís, cómo vas hilando todo. Y yo voy a intervenir, obviamente. Para eso tienen un guía. Porque, bueno, si nada, es esto, es parte del proceso. Así que eso es lo que te puedo decir respecto a tu libro. Veo que Martín levanta la mano. Martín.
Sí, iba a decir una cosa. Julia Cameron era una escritora norteamericana,
Gracias.
estadounidense.
Te agradezco por ese information. Yo tenía como un knowledge,
Disinformation.
disinformation, sí, total. No, este libro
She's
no.
an American. She's an American. She's an American.
Ay, lo amo. No, porque miren los títulos, escuchen, dice, pará, porque yo cuando lo leí casi me caigo. Semana 1, son 12 semanas, recuperar la seguridad. Y te propone un montón de ejercicios. Semana 2, recuperar la identidad. Semana 3, recuperar el poder. Semana 4, recuperar la integridad. Semana 5, recuperar el sentido de lo posible. 6, recuperar el sentido de la abundancia. 7, recuperar el sentido de la conexión. 8, recuperar la fuerza. 9, recuperar el sentido de la compasión. Recuperar el sentido de la autoprotección. Recuperar la autonomía. Recuperar la fe. Y fin del camino del artista. Pero fíjense todos los conceptos que realmente se vinculan con la creación. Y nada, dice que igual como sociedad tenemos la idea errónea de que es ser creativo, que pensamos que es ser un Einstein y que no es necesariamente eso, que también es eso, pero todos somos creativos, creamos constantemente y que hay que amigarse con que yo soy, vos, yo, somos todos creadores de ideas, de pensamientos, de formas de ver las cosas,
Sí.
de vínculos, de,
Sí,
o sea,
sí,
que
ya,
no,
ya puede, dale, pasa.
hay que salirse del lugar de que mi idea no es lo suficientemente buena.
Mira que sí, te apuro.
No va a cambiar el mundo, no sé qué, los demás son mejores que... ¿Por qué? No, no sé. No. Cuestionar ese tipo de self-talk que viene medio de adentro, no las pasa a todos. ¿Quién comenta cómo se sienten respecto a esto? Momento de reflexión. Muy necesario. Uli, ¿qué onda? ¿Cómo venís vos con el proceso de creación de tu charla y qué te viene pasando con el material y qué te decís?
Justo yo.
Por eso.
No voy, tengo bastante en claro lo que quiero hacer. Hay Justamente el otro día hablé con un profesor de mi
Justo con el
colegio que
Minecraft no
sé
estoy
que es muy
porque,
leído, así, le
tipo, se me caía
pregunté
el
de
wifi a
diferentes
pedazos
cosas.
y no podía jugar ni al Minecraft ni al
Bien
ni usar el
ahí.
Y
Zoom.
el tema es que tengo material para leer y es largo y eso. Me tengo
Bien.
que acostumbrar ahí. Tengo 3 libros, 4 libros para leer y me tengo que fijar un montón de propaganda. Voy a terminar saliendo, voy a terminar queriendo comprar de todo, aliado a diferentes partidos políticos.
Y bueno, verás, tú verás. También lo que les decía, esta es la primera aproximación a su primera charla TED. Entonces, nada, bajabas un poco las expectativas, no querer crear la charla magnánima, la más genial del mundo mundial, sino que empezar con una TEM que sea humilde y contundente y que hable desde nuestra emocionalidad y de nuestras convicciones. Y busco argumentos para llevar a la audiencia a pensar como yo quiero que piensen respecto a ese tema, desde mi convicción, desde mi creencia de este tema, desde mis sentimientos y mi experiencia, pero fundamentándolo con la data. Miren, esto me dieron el otro día, tengo un mensaje antes de que hable alguien más. Dice, empower your students to become the change makers the world needs to create a better future. Empower, obviamente está re bien, no lo van a poder leer. Empower your students to become the change makers the world needs to create a better future. Think about it. Another one, inspirational. You can feel the difference when you bring about positive change. That's when you know you're onto something good. So your speeches should suggest a positive change, a change of ideas, a change of perception, an action plan, something to better things, life. Education is the perfect tool for activation. What is to be educated? It is to have the belief, the firm belief that you can activate
¿Qué me
an
pasó, culiado?
action, inspire actions in others. Martín, veo que tenés la manita levantada. Do you want to say something else?
Yes, ¿qué?
Or do you want to say something else? All of a
No,
sudden I switched into...
no iba a decir nada, no está
No,
bien.
boludo, justo me
Bueno,
pegó.
bueno,
Me
nada, los
mareé
dejo laburar,
todo,
son 20
culiado.
minutos en su
Qué hijo de
roadmap
puta.
y la próxima vamos a arrancar la clase en grupos, les cuento si ya saben, compartiendo lo que tengan del roadmap y del script, si ya escribieron, vamos como a hacer ese momento de feedback, le leo al otro, le cuento, si vienen preparados la próxima. Y bueno, vamos a ir metiéndole fuerte, fuerte al script writing, se abran su cabeza para en cualquier momento que tengan ideas de su propio tema, vayan al script y metan mano. Primero de manera desordenada, después van a poder ordenar ese caos. Now I will talk to Abril. Abril, I will generate a sala. ¿Alguien me quiere decir algo? Somebody wants to say something, please? Agus, yes, plaque up courage. Thank you for that. For being my scrivener, writing down my words. ¿Alguien quiere decir algo? A su teacher, ¿necesitan algo? ¿No? Por favor, si se sienten perdidos,
United Kingdom.
quiero dar ánimo. No quiero que se me decaiga el interés por culminar el taller, ¿eh? No, se me vayan a caer ahora.
Yo lo único que siento es que es mucho material y me encanta el desafío porque me anoté en el título porque me gusta, me llamó mucho la atención, pero siento que es mucho material, igual no me quejo, estoy intentando hacer todo lo que puedo.
Esa sensación que tenés, Guito, es la misma que yo tendría si fuera alumna, porque diría, ay, por Dios,
Es como abrumador.
¿qué tanto, maldita sea? Pero esperen, a lo que yo quiero, que además de Sensation, que sé que la van a tener porque yo como alumna la tendría, yo como teacher digo, yo como teacher les voy a dar top, lo máximo, todo lo que hay de esto, para que lo tengan como herramienta. Y bajar a la realidad hoy, el mensaje claro que les estoy dando, completen lo que puedan, hagan lo que puedan, de ese roadmap planner, de este archivito que les compartí, que es denso, intenso, pero que si completas varias boxes, después te va a reservir porque es lo que vas a decir en tu charla. ¿Sí? Pero si por ahí no le puedes entrar al formato de las boxes, como que no sé, te genera demasiado estrés, léelo, pegale una leidita y empezá con tu script. Hoy quería bajar la ansiedad respecto de eso, de las expectativas versus realidad, ¿no? y también asegurarme de que entiendan mi objetivo, que no es apabullarlos, sino que es enriquecerlos, ¿me entienden? Entonces, nada, que se lleven esa herramienta, después el día de mañana quieren hacer una charla TED delante de una audiencia, agarran ese material y ese roadmap planner y lo usan para una presentación en el laburo, que es reformal, quiero usar cada detalle y nada, no quiero tener mucho margen de error. Y como son herramientas para la vida, como dije, no es solo una charla TED en un contexto de clase de inglés. Que entiendan eso. Bueno, we're gonna go to abrir. We're gonna open a sala and talk together. I will open it. Join me in the salita. The rest stays here. I will be right back after 5 to 6, 10 minutes with Abril. You work on your document, please. Si tienen preguntas, las anotan y cuando vuelvo me preguntan. No me hagan volver para preguntarme, por favor, ¿sí? And write down all the questions and then let's start. Bueno, I created, I assigned it to Abril and see you later, alligator. La frasecita de escuela primaria, pero me encanta. See you later, alligator.
Where are we going?
You stay here. You stay here. I go to the sala because I have to talk to an individual
Alone?
student. With a student. You stay here working in your road map planner document. Okay? I'll be right back.
Cerra el orto. No me comí los mocos. Me estoy sacando con la remera. No sé qué es peor. Igual no son mocos, es tipo tengo agua en la nariz. No. Sí. Estoy tratando de la clase.
The creation of our TED Talk, your TED Talks. We're getting closer to the moment when you will start to write it. Some people may have started writing down some ideas or even paragraphs, and that's okay. But formally and as a group, we will get to start with the first draft, more or less in 2 lessons. In the meantime, we're building up, first of all, the theoretical framework that we need to respect for a TED Talk.
Martín, el micrófono, se escucha todo.
Bueno, tampoco para decírmelo todo, boludo. Ah, arre. Igual, gracias.
¡Ay, qué asco!
Format, and we are getting more of that for a little bit to open your minds onto what it actually means to make your speech a TED Talk. Welcome everybody to the lesson. Welcome Camila and Emma.
Hi.
Hi. Up to now, if you hi everybody, if you have to say, if I ask you to tell somebody who hasn't ever come across a TED Talk, if you have to describe what a TED Talk is about, what would you say? You can open your microphones and develop your answer.
Tengo un dolor de nariz.
To everyone and get lost in a story. It's a serious place that you can either on movies or live.
Estoy cansado de tener pocos amigos. It means that we are so much into it, it attracts our interest. It is something in that direction. Thank you, Facundo. Emma, what is a TED Talk in your view so far?
Briefly, is like choosing a topic and diving into it, sharing information such as scientific data, your experience, and like lots of other things. That's what came to my mind right now.
Yes, absolutely. Hi, Kevin. I see you're in the lesson, and I will take the last minutes to listen to your main idea so we can have that conversation. Yes? But well, I know that you are on track because I've been checking on your material. There were a couple of things to still complete, but you will be fine, I know. Everything's okay? Kevin?
Sorry?
Everything's okay at school and how to keep your cameras on? Story? I will share the screen, or I show you what's about today's lesson. The main focus is working on the roadmap, and I will explain that later, but you have already received an invitation to a document that I sent to all of you except one or two students whose emails I didn't have. I don't know what.
My
Don't
roadmap.
worry, I'll go into that later. Let's begin with this, that is watching a TED Talk and writing down the strategies that are being used. Then we will refer to the TED Talk frame of reference as a piece. Introduction to the this space.
Right. How smiling
To predict info, before we do it, we need to, for a second, think about what
Se
we
caía
think
todo.
the talk would
Could
be
you
about.
show
To predict.
the first part, the one when
The hidden power
where
of
you
smiling. The city are confronted with information,
show your idea?
appearance, or the way beyond the concept of what you are trying to. Every we will go.
Super subject marriage of Major League Play. The woman for their this room to Hollywood, all the way to modern art in Beijing, we smile often and use smile to
Beijing.
express joy and satisfaction.
¿Por qué la
How many
grabación
people
esa?
here in this
Es
room
me
smile
eco
more
de
than 20
Beijing
times per
3 días.
day? Raise your hand if you do. Oh, wow. Outside of this pond was really obvious.
For
What was the audience reception of the information like? Did you listen to any sound in particular? Friend, and so you are waiting for their
Para mí está bien, pero Facu,
facts. But
I
I think
remember that the
I
next
don't know, it
class
made me doubt.
we
I wouldn't be
will
able to confirm that. But then I
give
saw that in
feedback
the
to each other,
material that was displayed visually, it
and
said
I
University
think
of,
it's
so it must
the
have
next
been
class. Today is for like
facts.
preparing
You can be asking questions for you
the
and you
roadmap and that stuff.
read
The
about
next
it.
class, I think you will be able to share it.
I'm gonna prepare. I'm gonna text one of the next phases so I can. So I'm getting ready a bit. For with some
Vengan
hard
trolos.
steps,
Ok.
serious
Bueno,
steps, serious.
de podcast, que es un
Yo no sé
picante.
cómo empezamos sin una palabra.
¿Cómo estoy tramando, amigo? Dije dos boludeces nomás. ¿Qué poronga decís? Picante. No. No paré la clase. Ay, qué pelotudo. Yo como 10 minutos grabando además. Ay, qué bueno. Qué fiaca. No, no hicimos nada. Resumido. Volvimos a entrar, hablamos dos boludeces y la profe y Abru se fueron a otro coso, a otra sala. Y estamos en silencio todos, excepto Facu que comentando tiene un comentario y ya está. Mira. Hmm. Hmm.
I text something. I text something new on my demo. So when will the teacher return so we can leave and take a break?
The teacher is gonna return after she finds final speaking with Abru. You right now you have to only focus on your job and watching the tests and the journal. Don't worry, Paco. Maybe we are gonna like work about this in the next week.
Next week.
But for now, just work.
Before now, what we're gonna do?
For now, just this: the roadmap planner, or you can still working with your drive, the TED, the TED ideas and all the pages.
How about I wait for her because I continue working step by step on the roadmap.
Well, I don't know.
9 minutes left. Hi again, teacher. I
Hi
did
again.
another. I did my own demo on the roadmap.
Fantastic. I wanna see it. I'm gonna enter.
But
We have only 5 minutes, but I will enter yours. If you give me a moment to see it. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna share Facundo's ideas just because he's told me he's got them, but everyone, you can continue working on your own roadmap, or you can pay attention to this as you please. Do you wanna read it, Facu? Or should I read it?
I read it. My main idea is to make a contribution for society to help autistic people like me to have a better place in life, because autistic people have more difficulties than other people to fit in society. This I inspired from the journal. I copied it so the world can realize the seriousness of autism.
I feel so proud.
Thanks.
Yes, I feel so proud. Thank you for sharing. Wow, what a challenge, and what a solution that you're gonna offer to help the society understand what it means, so that autistic people can have a better place in life. Beautiful, beautiful, poetic. I love it. Thank you. And this? What about this? Do you want to read it?
Sometimes my idea is important because there are many hard things I go through, and autistic people want to fit in society. This
Yes.
is serious for me.
You want to say some more? You want to say anything you want? I'm all ears. We are all paying attention to you.
Sí, estamos llegando a las 9, tipo 6.
If you want.
6 merendé, digamos.
Sorry?
No,
Can,
no,
if
entre
you
9 y
go
media
to
y
the
10.
next one.
Sí, no sé. Sí. ¿Qué estás haciendo?
Why do I feel so seriously different?
Está bien.
Now the next
Perfecto.
one.
Ahora me voy a pinchar igual.
My goodness.
Deja abierto, ya igual ya termina.
Every day I go through many things and I say, out of
Puedes dejar.
I learn like this. Work hard, Paco. Next one.
And this was, give me a moment, audience caps. Okay.
Our brains sometimes do not connect with loved ones, just like I do with my family or friends sometimes. The next one.
This was analogies.
For example, after I experienced the high school orientation in 2022, I was good.
Should I continue?
The last one. I will often try to show the world what it really means to have a good career. You wanted while you were dreaming about that career, but sometimes you have to learn, and this is sometimes serious for me.
Thank you, Facu. In the last paragraph where you talk about your career and your difficulty to try to find
my career as Ines, a movie fan. A movie cineasta.
Ay, you got cut off. Justo salió todo cortadito. No, I couldn't get to understand your idea. Can you repeat, please?
Oh,
this
sure.
is. ¿Cómo era? This is. O sea,
We have 1 minute left.
Yeah, I know. Actually, I was about to unshare. Thank you, Facu. I was gonna suggest some things, but I will suggest them in the written form. Yes, to you. Thank you for sharing. We have less than a minute. Everybody, keep it up. Don't give up. I will see you next class. Lower the demands and keep on track. I'm here if you need me. And you can begin writing in
yes, bye.
Bye. Stream of consciousness, remember. Thank you. See you when I see you. Have a nice weekend.
Nice weekend.
Bye.
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 Good weekend.
Ah, para vos no hay Woodwick en la conferencia, hijo de puta. Hola, vamos por la cámara. Hola. Dios, hijo de puta, cerrar el orto, cerrar el orto, cerrar el orto. Dios. Ay, quiero mandar una piña virtual. Piña virtual. Lo odio, lo odio, lo odio, lo odio, lo odio, lo odio, lo detesto, lo detesto, lo detesto. Callate, hermano. Cerrar el orto. Te voy a. Decir que la cosa es virtual, porque si te cagaría piña, forro. Nos vemos el martes, chicos.